I mean, normally in a Cars Tour race, the whole field's within 2/10. So I really think if you're 2-3 tenths off the pole, you're going to be on the bubble going home. So that's what makes the Cars Tour so special. I don't think there's any other series that's that close on lap times.
What's good about this?
I think it's just so good for the longevity of the racetrack. You know, like we love the old pavement, but now this place is going to stick around for a while. You know, they put all this work and effort into it, and it looks great. The track still has the character, a little bit of bump, got the uphill, downhill on the straightaways. It's smooth. I mean, they did such a good job with it, and the grip levels, you know, really, really good. It's going to be interesting to see in the next couple of years where the grip level goes to as it ages, but definitely going to be a special race for the first race on it.
Just being back out here is super cool. I mean, after the first year we did it in 22, it was I mean, that was obviously a big kickstart for this racetrack, and just being able to come back and just that year was a pretty big deal to all of us, honestly. And after that race, we kind of knew that it was definitely going to have to be some more shows here, and the amount of attention and the amount of fans that showed up to support that first race was pretty big. And fortunately, we had a really good car that day, and we were able to win that race. And coming back the next year, we were pretty good as well. I mean, I think we finished top 10. We were all right, but now coming back on the new pavement's pretty different. Honestly, it's gonna feel different. We've already got to practice here a few times and get a good feel for it. But there's definitely some differences. But even though it's new pavement, the track honestly drives the same, and I think it'll be a lot of the same racing.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing to really take in is the fact that when they see our kids, our guys, our gals on the racetrack, is to realize that out of that bunch that they're looking at the next stars of motorsports. Brenden is a good example of that. You know, Carson Kvapil is another good example. Are drivers who just this year are having opportunities to race at the higher levels of motorsports, whether it's the Craftsman Truck Series or the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So, pay close attention to these kids that are running, because it won't be long before you'll be seeing them on Sundays.
So special about this place overall?
Just how it all started. You know, Junior Johnson lived right down the road when I was a kid growing up, wanting to be a part of NASCAR, and my brother drove for him, and I got to go see his amazing race shop. I'd never seen anything like that before, and then to come here and get to compete and feel the history of this place. So that's what's so cool about coming back. You know, sometimes you got to move on, and back in 1996 we did. We moved on to Texas and to New Hampshire and all over the country. But man, it sure is cool to come back. And Marcus Smith is a genius, and with what Marcus did with this place, renovating it, but yet capturing the nostalgic feel that it has, and the retro feeling, fixing it up, but then not losing sight or feel for what North Wilkesboro used to be all about. I think it's just a great week. We're going to have the late models, the Cars Tour, the trucks, and then Sunday night, obviously, the big NASCAR Cup All-Star race. It's going to be a great week. It's just going to make it more aggressive. You know, when there's grip, when there's an abundance of grip, you want to run the shortest way around the racetrack. And so if you're running the shortest way around the racetrack, but somebody behind you is a little bit better, passing's more difficult. So that means it becomes more physical. You got to bump a little bit to get people up out of the way. And then be interesting to see if the upper groove comes in too. There's always nuances to new pavement, and you know how the cars stick on different grooves in the corners. And then you take all that into consideration, and you throw in these soft tires that they're going to have to deal with. It's going to be pretty intriguing.
Absolutely. So we had the tire test back. Normally after a repay, there's always a tire test that follows. And Goodyear came out and naturally wanted to bring the best product for the best competition. I tried out several different tires. We have what we call the prime tire, which is the one with the yellow letters that we're all used to seeing on race cars. And that'll be a tire that the teams will have sets of. And then they also are given option tires. Option tires, those softer compound that ideally will make the cars have faster speeds right out of the bat, but there's a lot of fall off. So the teams will have to do a lot of tire management. And if you watch Bristol this year, that was tire management at its best. That's what we're looking for with Wilkesboro. And this is a great platform when we run the All-Star race to do things like that. It's not a points race, they're racing for money. So naturally, if we're going to try things to try to make the sport better for the future, this is the place to do it. Goodyear and NASCAR were great and partners working with us to make that happen and get us these tires. And then naturally, we still have the rain tires. Hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed we don't have to use them, but we do have the rain tires available if we get to that point.